Hello, hello, good morning. What's up, everybody? It's Wednesday, 9 a.m. on the East Coast. And so it's time for Live with Nana. And I'm so excited. We have another dope guest today. I'm going to introduce her in just a moment. But y'all already know if you're joining live, pop in the comments, say a hello, let us know where you're tuning in from. We'd love to hear from you. And if this is your first time, my name is Nana Badu. I'm an image consultant, a speaker, a stylist, and I talk about all things related to styling, confidence, and authenticity for Black women and women of color in the workplace so that we can show up as our strongest and boldest selves. So today's guest is one of my friends and a serial collaborator, Kay Hickman. Let me brag on Kay. She might be a little squeamish as I brag on her, but that's okay because we're going to talk about how great of a person she is. So Kay Hickman is a New York City-based documentary photographer and visual artist. She has an inquisitive eye and an empathetic perspective of capturing the everyday lives of the people she photographs. Kay's work has been all over the place, y'all. This girl be putting in that work. She's been featured in the New York Times, Time, Vogue, Miss Magazine, OK Player. She literally captures stories of people, especially Black people, across New York City. And she's also part of the board of she's recently joined the Everyday Project Advisory Board and helps to curate their Everyday Black America Instagram feed. So if you haven't checked that out on Instagram, you definitely should. And you should definitely check out her Instagram feed. And I'm going to drop a link to that in the comments as we're going through the show because it's fire. So join me in welcoming Kay Hickman.
Hello.
Oh, it's so good to have you here. I'm excited. Hey, Dr. Michelle. She's joining us from Nashville. Okay, so y'all, Kay is my photographer. When I do photo shoots for myself with my clients, Kay is my person who I call because she just come in just like a quiet storm and just crushes it every single time. So I would love to hear more about your story and how did you even get into photography?
I feel like photography just kind of called me. Yeah, like as soon as I was able to get my hands on a camera, like I wasn't able to put it down. So yeah,
Wow.
I first started like just documenting vacations or family events, and then it just kind of branched out. And, yeah, into what it is today.
Wow. And where was your family? I know you live in Brooklyn now, but were you always in New York City?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was born and raised in Harlem, so yeah, I'm not too far from home. Being in
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
So you said it just kind of came to you and you picked it up where like how did that happen? Was it a class or you were just like, "Oh, I want to take up photography?" Like how did you actually get a camera?
Um, well, I used like my boyfriend's or a friend's camera at the time, and then yeah, I just kind of fell in love with it. Just
Listen, y'all, you see how casual K that's how casual K is. She's like, I just picked up, friend had it, and I just picked it up and I started taking pictures.
yeah.
Um, was it was it just natural or did you, you
I
know,
mean, there was a big learning curve, definitely. But yeah, I found a group of people online actually,
mm,
and we had like weekly challenges, and that really like inspired me to take my camera with me everywhere I went. Like every single time I went out. So yeah, that helped a
that's
lot.
dope.
Just like learning different ways to photograph and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
different techniques.
I love that. I love that's dope that you found an online community because
Mhm.
definitely a common theme from other women who have joined us on the show and just talking and sharing about the power of community. right?
Right.
And how important that is to do anything, especially in your craft, especially if you're learning something new.
Hmm.
Um, and I hope y'all caught it about how she was committed, and that camera went with her
Yep.
everywhere.
Everywhere. Yep. Exactly.
And it's so true because I every time I see Kay, she has a camera with her. Whether it's a festival or
Hmm.
a gallery opening, or there's always a camera with her. Um, so you call yourself a documentary photographer.
Hmm.
And I know, you do work with me, and we do like brand shoots and, photo shoots for women for their websites and all those types of things. But it seems like documentary work is what really is where your passion lies. Is that true? If it is, like, tell us more about the documentary work.
It is. I guess that's also how I fell in love with the medium, just like being able to document different like cultural events and like a Dance Africa and yeah. Um but of course I, branched out and did fashion and I worked with different actors for like
Oh,
headshots and everything. Yeah. So yeah, like I love the medium so much. Like I branched out and did different things as well. But I do love capturing just the culture,
yeah,
the events, and mhm.
that's dope. When you when you were capturing, I'm so curious about the differences, like
Mhm.
when you were working, because you did so many different things, right? So
Right.
so for people who aren't familiar, like Dance Africa is
Mm.
an event that happens, what is that, Memorial Day
Memorial Day.
weekend?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
In Brooklyn, and it's just a celebration of African culture, predominantly through dance, at the Brooklyn Academy of Music, which
Right.
is kind of like a mainstay in the Fort Greene area in Brooklyn. Let me just keep it to Brooklyn, because we got
Yeah.
people who are not in New York and they're like, "What are you talking about, Fort Greene? I don't know where that is." So it's in Brooklyn. And so they'll have different dancers come from different parts of the world. And
Mhm.
there's all kinds of vendors outside. It's just a really great moment to celebrate culture and music, um, for the African diaspora. And so, Kay, you take photos of people just enjoying like their everyday life there, but then
Mhm.
also you might be doing celebrity headshots, or you
Right.
worked at like Vogue. So how did you feel? How did things shift for you? Like, how did your
Mhm.
perspective shift as a photographer, going from like a festival to, print
Mhm.
magazine work?
Yeah. That's a good question. I mean, I treat everybody with respect, and so that doesn't change at all. Yeah, and I always want to capture people in their light and their beauty. So yeah, I guess it's kind of just translates for me. Even
Yeah.
yeah.
It translates to be the same approach and feeling no matter what.
Mostly. I mean, if I'm doing studio work, it's a little different because I have to set up the lighting and the backdrop and but
Hmm.
yeah, as far as like dealing with the people, like it's yeah, pretty much the same.
Mm. That's so interesting, because I've worked with a few different photographers,
Mhm.
and it's so, and what I appreciate so much about your work, like just what you said off the top about how you respect people, and sometimes that might people might be like, well, that just goes without saying. It don't always go without saying, okay?
Right.
People are not always kind. People are very short tempered,
Mhm.
are like, people can be very, I love my creative community, but sometimes we be in the clouds, and
Yeah.
it'd be like, this is supposed to take 3 hours and we're on hour 8. Like,
Oh my
we need to
goodness.
move this party along.
That would drive me crazy. Yeah. Oh my
Right.
goodness.
So I love that you have the same kind of like even keel approach with,
Mm-hmm.
every project that you take on. I think that's really, that shows, at least me, even in working with you, which is a
Right.
big part of why I'm always like, Kay is my number one. Like, what's happening? Are you available?
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to work with you too. Like you always have everything on point and everything flows so nicely. Yeah.
Listen, we can't be wasting people's time out here. We gotta
Yeah.
get to it. Oh my God. So, okay, so I'm curious then, when you are shooting, like, how do you know when you've got a good shot or like a great shot, right? Like, I feel like all
Mhm.
photographers get asked this question. Like, how do you know when you got the shot or a good
Yeah.
shot?
I mean, it's interesting. Like sometimes, like I just kind of feel it. Like the whoever I'm collaborating with, like the energy will shift, and it's like, all right, that's
Mm.
the one. And yeah, it's just like a presence, or I don't know. I just feel it. It's like hard to explain.
But that makes sense because I saw on your website you talk a lot about empathy and
Mhm.
being empathetic as an artist.
Right.
Are you an empath, or is that, how does the empathy play in for you?
I am an empath, actually. Yeah, I pick up on people's. Yeah,
That's, yeah. How has that impacted the different, your work or your process?
I think that definitely. Sorry, my son is in the background.
That's
So
all right. Hey, son.
I feel like because when I do street photography or documentary photography, I think it kind of dictates who I approach and like want to
Mm,
photograph. Yeah.
yeah,
So.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's big. Yeah, I can see that. And I'm gonna drop your the link to your Instagram
Mhm.
in the comments so that people can see some of the street photography that you capture, because it's super dope.
Thank
Um
you.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely an energy thing, because
Right.
I can only imagine, because so when you're doing street photography,
Hmm.
is it just natural, like you approach whoever you are looking for, or
Hmm.
is it, or like, how do you, or is it just energy? Like, are you like, oh, this person has an interesting something?
Yeah. Yes, definitely energy.
Is it?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I had to work up my confidence because I'm an introvert. So to approach people and just be like, "Can I take a photograph?" Like super nerve wracking. But yeah, because
Yeah.
a lot of people say no. Also, like, where are these images going? But
Oh, that's
I've
real.
met a lot of awesome people like that I still communicate with to this day. So it's interesting.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I love this. Dr. Michelle says, we love hearing you are empathetic and creative and a mom as well. Listen,
Thank you, Michelle.
um, because like Kay mentioned, she's an empath and she's an introvert. So y'all, Kay doing this live with me right now
Oh
is
yeah,
monumental.
way out of my comfort zone. Yes.
Okay, so for all the introverts who might be tuning in, and you might be feeling like there are certain things where you're like, oh, that makes me uncomfortable, I don't want to do it. Like, I hope you can get a slice of inspiration from Kay in this moment of the importance
Hmm.
of stepping out of your comfort zone to do some things, because some
Yeah.
amazing things could happen.
Right.
Um, yeah.
I think that's
And
necessary though. You can't stay in your comfort zone forever, all the time. You have to step out and yeah, good things will come from it.
touche, touche, ditto. And Portia's giving the love. Nana's photos always look great. Thank you so much. That would be Kay.
Thank you.
Oh
You're
my
welcome.
gosh. So you know what, you were talking too about how sometimes when you approach people,
Hmm.
sometimes you might say, can I take your picture? You might be asking, right, to make sure that people feel okay, feel comfortable.
Right.
And you said like sometimes people are like, no, or like,
Hmm.
where are these pictures going? I can definitely co-sign on that, because sometimes people come to me and they're like, I want to take your picture. And I'm like, and it's weird. Like, before I used to be like, oh, it felt kind of flattering. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, sure. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you need to send me this picture. Like, who are you? Like, I need your Instagram. I need something.
Right.
But you're right. More lately, I'm like, no, thanks. I'm good. So
Uh-huh.
I'm wondering, on the flip side, how do
Mhm.
you determine, like, when you say yes or no to, when it comes to your projects, and when people are approaching you and saying, like, we'd love to have you photograph something, how do you figure out if it's a yes or a
Mhm.
no?
Um, well, lately I've been kind of selective of who I work with. Um, yeah, so it's just been like reoccurring clients now, like the laundromat project, which I love. Like they're a
Ooh,
Brooklyn-based, yeah, artist organization that focuses on community, and yeah, it's just a really dope program. So,
I love that. The laundromat project.
mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can drop a link in there for folks later.
Yeah, they
And
always have like grant opportunities, and yeah, they really support their artists,
oh,
residencies. Hmm.
nice. Is it like so it's a nonprofit organization?
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna drop a link to the laundromat project in the chat, y'all, in case
Oh,
you're
cool.
interested. Um, listen, Tisha. Shout out to Tisha. She said, "I feel your pain. I'm a card
Oh.
carrying member of the Empath Intro Club." Listen, Tisha. You shouldn't have said that, because I'm about to drag you on here next.
Uh-oh.
Oh
Aw.
my gosh, that's amazing. No, we love Tisha. She's phenomenal. Important saying, capturing melanated people is a special skill, and people don't invest
Mhm.
in trying to get it right.
Oh, well,
That's
yeah,
a mm-hmm.
that is
Did you
true.
want to speak to that at all? Oh, let me put it back.
Yeah, because definitely like the lighting, like you have to get the lighting right. You don't want to look like blown out or, overexposed or underexposed. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's definitely a skill. But
Facts, absolutely, because it's so interesting, because sometimes I think we can take all of these things for granted
mhm,
sometimes, when we're thinking about our imagery, and maybe even sometimes I feel like sometimes maybe even feeling uncomfortable in certain spaces, because
mm,
I've had a couple of clients who have gotten headshots, as an
mhm.
example, done with their company. And
Oh,
their company is like, we're going to do a headshot day, and we have photographer coming in.
mhm.
Sometimes when you're climbing up the ladder in your organization, that might be something that they have for you, because you might be on the company's website or all this types of
Right.
things, right? And and they send me the picture, and I'll be like, what
Yeah.
is this?
Aw.
Just they didn't change the background, the backdrop,
Mhm.
to add some contrast to their skin tone, or what they
Right.
were wearing, right? Or, like you said, the lighting is totally wrong. They look washed out and look ashy, when I know they drink their water and moisturize. Oh,
Aw.
that have you had, what's been the response, even if in working with with people of color and melanated folks, like, when you're
Mhm.
capturing things, like, what are some of the things you hear from folks, when even maybe when they see the images?
Usually it's great feedback. They love the way I captured them, and yeah. Uh.
Like, she said, that's it, they love me, thank you. That's it.
Oh goodness.
Listen, that's all it has to be. Sometimes it's just
Uh,
that, because everyone isn't going to have that experience. I think that's the other,
right.
part of it, that might not always be said when something's captured, is like, wow, sometimes you can even be more moved that it turns out more beautifully than you would have thought. Or you think about another experience you've had and you're like, wow, this was light years away from that. That was terrible. And this is great. You know, and you're seen in your best light, which is super important.
Right.
You know? Hey Danielle. Hey from Philadelphia. So okay, so Kay and I, you know, we were talking about projects and things. And actually, wait, this happened. Let me preface how what I'm about to share, how this went down. I invited Kay to come over to my house to do a photo shoot because I was like, I need some new pictures. I'm not one of those people who gets new pictures like every year. Like it had been a good, I don't know, it had been a good 5 years. I feel like before the pandemic or something like, or during the pandemic, like it'd been a minute. So I was like, hey, I need new pictures. But I was like, but listen, you know, entrepreneur, I was like, I don't have the funds right now to go do no studio thing. I was like, I think I'm gonna just shoot in my house. I was like, is that cool? He comes over, you're like, absolutely. So I did a post about this, but I just got a backdrop, put it up myself. Kay came over, we did the shoot. It was dope. And we were chatting about just like headshots and photo shoots and how people have so much like anxiety and nervousness about like, I gotta get a new headshot, I gotta do a shoot, like I don't know what to wear, who's gonna take my pictures, are they gonna come out well, all the things. And I shared a post on LinkedIn, I think 2 posts that were like giving people some suggestions about their headshots. And the posts did very well. People were like, this is great information about tips that you should think about when it comes to what you should wear and creating a really great headshot for yourself. So Kay and I got to the chatting and we had an idea to host a headshot mixer. And so we're going to be hosting a headshot mixer on April 12th. It's a Saturday. It's exactly 1 month from today. It's going to be in New York City. So this is for my New York and New Jersey folks. But listen, Danielle, you in Philly, that ain't nothing but a little train ride. If you want to come through, we will happily welcome you. So, but it is going to be based in New York. It's going to be in Manhattan. We're going to have a studio space. And we are going to be doing like some quick headshot opportunities for folks who are like, you know what, I need to refresh my headshot pictures, whether it's for your LinkedIn or your website or whatever you might be doing, and you need something to just refresh your brand or your digital presence. We want to help you do that. So we're offering 2 different options, whether you want to just have one outfit, or I think it's 1 to 2 outfits or 2 to 3 outfits that you can choose from. And then you can get 1 to 2 edited pictures or 2 to 3 edited pictures. And you can do a 15-minute time slot or a 30-minute time slot. Okay. And really, this is like meant to help you get a really great headshot picture. And then also like do some mini networking with some other dope women. So we're going to have some little nibbles for y'all to snack on. And so it's not meant to just be come get the headshot and be super stale and you're just like, okay, and leave. We definitely want you to like stay around, you know, like y'all, you already know when we get in the room with each other and get a little music playing and laughing, like it's a really fun, easy vibe. So exactly, Portia, if you have that anxiety or nervousness about getting your headshot done, like we want to create an experience for you to make it super easy and chill and help you just get a really great capture for yourself. So
you forgot to mention one of the best parts. You're going to get a consult with Nana. Like, so yeah, your wardrobe is no issue. Yep.
Come on, Kay. Come on, Kay.
Yeah.
Yes, Kay is 1,000% right. You will get a consultation call with me before the shoot, and I will help you pick out what you're going to wear for your headshot. So I'll meet with you on Zoom. We'll go through your closet. We'll figure out what you need, whether it's one look or two looks, and have it all together so that you know exactly what to pack and bring for the day of the shoot on Saturday, April 12th. And the shoot is going to be from 11 a.m. to 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
3, I believe.
right, about 4 hours.
Right.
And so this is something new. We've never done this before. We just are like, let's try this out, see if this will be helpful, see if there's something that you all would like to participate in. So it's only going to be available for 10 women. So it is definitely a first come, first serve kind of situation. So if you are interested, DM me the word headshot. DM me the word headshot, and I will send you more information so that you can learn about it and sign up. Because on Friday, we will officially start to promote this more to the masses through our
Right.
platforms and communities. Okay. So listen, absolutely. Portia's saying that's divine timing because a lot of people are concerned about the job market. And we already know the power of LinkedIn. This is what Portia does. Because the anxiety is real. So a lot of her one-on-one clients struggle with this. Portia is a LinkedIn expert. So if she is talking about this, I know for a fact it's real. So we are happy to help you and just take the pressure off in that one area. That's right, because you're gonna get the consult with me, and then you're gonna have Kay behind the lens to capture you strong. All right. So I'm super excited about it. Yes. Executive
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this. Yeah.
We are so excited. Danielle is hype. Tisha's hype. Thank y'all. We are so grateful and appreciate your support. So definitely, if you're interested, you can DM me or DM Kay. You can DM either one of us. DM us the word headshot, and we will follow up with a link so that you can sign up and join us on April 12th, because it's gonna be a vibe. You just want to be there, like, especially too. You want to get a headshot, you want to get a little champagne. You know what I'm saying? You want to have a good laugh, a good kiki on a Saturday. Just come through, because sometimes it's all you need.
Right.
Yeah, 100%. All right, Kay. I'm not gonna keep you any longer because I know this was such a big step for you to come and join me today, and I'm so grateful that you did, because you're dynamic, and I hope people reach out to you, because Kay does all the things when it comes to photography. So if you do need new pictures for your website, if you know you are that girl working on that rebrand, okay, like, listen, pictures tell 1,000 words. So you really want to make sure that your visual imagery is on point. So if you're looking for that, definitely send a DM to Kay. I'm going to drop her Instagram, and I'll put her LinkedIn as well in the chat. We are located in New York, Carol. Oops, not this one. Carol's asking where we're all located. We are based in New York City. We both live in Brooklyn, New York, and the headshot mixer will be in New York City and Manhattan. So if you are, listen, it's totally up to you. We here, wherever you are, we will be providing the service and the opportunity. Okay. And yes, Portia, yes. Can we all give Kay a huge round of applause?
Thank you, Portia.
Show her love for getting out of her comfort zone. Shout out to all the people who are empaths and introverts out there, and who, when it comes to like public speaking or being visible, that is something that can make you feel uncomfortable. But Kay, Kay is that girl. So
No.
she's like, I'm about to do this. And we are so excited for it. Yes. Kay, you are wonderful. Looking forward to seeing you
Oh,
live more
thank you.
often. Yeah. We
Oh,
love this so much.
yes. It's definitely been
Um,
a pleasure to be here and speak with you.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that you joined me and we appreciate you. And listen, y'all, we want you to have a great rest of the day and we'll see you next Wednesday or we'll see you at the Headshot Mixer in April. All right. Take care. Peace.